I'm gonna go get Donut a cherry pie this morning. Come on, Donut. Let's go. Let's go. Hello, good morning. Oh, that was good, huh? Yeah, you're a nice girl. Yeah. You're nice. That was a good donut, huh? Very good. I got no more. I just got one pie for you, Donut. Maybe later. Maybe later. It's gonna be the moment of truth. We're gonna see if the skid steer will indeed fit through the 8-foot door, which I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, we intended it to. Oh God, kitty, move. But he's gonna go in there and like level all of that dirt off because it's just kind of bumpy and hard to walk on. What are you guys doing? You in the new shop? Yeah, it looks good. It looks much more level than it was. So now that that is done, we are off to work on a fencing project. We have cut the fence already and put in some of the posts for the gate, but we've not really gotten much past that because of the whole shop build and everything like that. So we're gonna take today to go work on it and hopefully get a good amount of it done because we'd really like to just be done with this project because we've started it about like 3 times and then something else comes up. Anyway, we're just driving out to get to the spot where we can start setting up to get where the posts in, where we can get the gate up, and then we can let the cows into the pasture like adjacent to it, so then they have some more munching grounds and we don't have to feed out any of the new hay that we just made. This is the new, what's going to be the new pasture that we're doing. And we had a fence there and we cut it. We're going to be putting gates up. We have railroad ties as like our corner posts for over here, which have been just a real bugger to work with because they're super heavy. But anyway, it's going to be great when this is done. Here's the opening that's going to lead us into that pen. We have 2 of the posts down. We got to put 2 more right over here. And then this is the pasture that they'll get led into. And the only reason that they're not like in this pasture yet and in this parcel is because the fence is cut and they really need to get over here. So anyway, we're going to try at least get this part up today because then the cows can come out into here and eat all of this down. And this is probably like 30 acres of munchin, something like that. So they'll be really happy with that.
better? I don't know. I always do. There you go.
It still looks a little off. Yeah, yeah.
There?
So this post, we're gonna go and get a chain to tie to because it's just a pain to move. I can't pick them up. EJ had a really hard time even doing it, so I certainly wasn't gonna be able to. We're gonna auger this last hole and then get this auger off of here because it's like the worst thing in the world to work with because it's just, I don't know. I'm thankful for it because it is doing the job without us digging it, but it's just not the best. Anyway, we're gonna get a chain to wrap around this one to pick up because it's set a little bit crooked in there. And then we can put the other one in and then we can get to tying the fence and like creating the two like side posts and getting the gate on. It's a little bit difficult too because that's I want to say it's a 6-inch auger. And these are railroad ties and they're a lot bigger than 6 inches. Plus they're rectangular, they're not square. So it just makes it a little bit harder to auger the hole because you have to like bore it out a little bit more. But we don't have that many to do, so we'll make it. All right, they're in. Like the worst. He don't like that there, like that one's shorter, that one's higher, so he's gonna hit it down. I mean, I don't like it either. Oh, there we go. Better, not the best. Like, still you gotta do more. Yeah, there you go. That looks good. That looks much better. That looks good.
Where's it gonna go?
Actually, it looks pretty. Looks pretty straight. Maybe a little bit this way. Yeah. I mean, it moved right back. Let me look at it this way. And that looks pretty good too. Looks good. At least they're in. This one needs some work. We gotta pick this one up, I think. Yeah, go more. Higher. Go more. Okay.
Nothing.
They don't really want to go that way.
Try down.
Yeah, no, try.
I can hold it once it's in the fucking hole.
fence. Now we just have to do the tie wire and hang the gate and reattach the barbed wire. So we're feeding the tie wire through right here, which is kind of tricky, and it does not go as planned.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why you
Okay, this is like fencing 101 when we first started fencing and didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
I'm already pissing.
Oh my gosh, so this fence with these railroad ties, I tell you what, it has been difficult. It was so difficult to work with them that we put these 4 in, and then he went and bought round posts for the rest of the fence, and it did not. We were done with the railroad timbers, and they were just awful, but it was so funny. This one goes a little bit more according to plan because we kind of like worked through the kinks on the last one and, you know, figured out what we needed to do. It had just been a while since we had like really made a fence, so there were some kinks that would need to be worked out. Okay, so what we're doing here is just feeding the tie wire through fencing staples that we put into the railroad timber just to keep it in place because it makes it a lot easier to wrap and then like secure in place because it's like a placeholder for the tie wire. These stupid railroad ties were so just hard to work with. You couldn't even hammer a fencing staple into them. He had to drill holes, like pilot holes for the fencing staple to go into before he could like hammer them in, and then they were still a little like unstable. So we just wrap it around a couple times and then tie it off, and then he can go ahead and like do the spiral in the center where he like does this with the hammer and he like twists it to create the tension to keep the posts in place. 0 out of 10 recommend railroad timbers. Other than they're very stout, 0 out of 10. Once the tie wire is in place, then we just had to put all 4 strands of the barbed wire back up. We used a cable come along instead of like a fence stretcher because it just works better on longer stretches. We're able to get more tension on it. It was kind of boring, so I really didn't film a lot of it. We just had to make sure that the tension was right on all of the posts or on all of the wires before we moved on to the next one. Well, the rain stopped our fencing plans, so we got just a couple wires up on both sides, which is fine, but it really sucks because we were clicking along pretty well with that and then had to stop. So I think that's where I'm going to end this video. We'll catch back up on the fencing project in the weeks to come. Tomorrow we're going to a cattle auction, so I'm going to go ahead and film that for you guys, and that's it. I'll see you next time.